Apple said this is the best thing to happen to the iPhone since the iPhone. Well, you would expect them to say that, but in this case we have to kind of agree with them. The iPhone 5 is here, it's launched in India, it's apparently also sold out in India, we have the review unit with us here, and straight away we have just one word for it: impressive. As if the 4S and the 4 weren't impressive already, this one just goes to that next level with everything, the performance, the overall package, the experience of using it, the entire thing feels a lot more premium, possibly justifying the 45,000 rupee price tag. Not really sure, but then whoever wants to buy it will actually buy it. The biggest change with the iPhone 5 in comparison to the predecessor, the 4S, is the fact that this is taller. It's not necessarily wider, but it's taller, which makes the display actual 16:9 in the aspect ratio. The width remains the same as the 4S, so that's pretty much comfortable, no issues with that. The trademark Apple home button on the just below the display, that's it. A very minimalistic front side. Another change towards the back, now you have the dual tone finish here. We have the white iPhone 5 with us, so you can kind of see the contrast between the two finish here. Incidentally, if you look at the 4S, it had the glass back. So we've heard horror stories about people dropping the phone or clanging against something else and the glass cracking. In this case, the glass has been done away with, so full marks to Apple for kind of negating a possible scenario of the phone breaking at the back. But this new finish will catch a lot of scratches. So if you're keeping it in the pocket with, let's say, a pair of keys for your car or a pen or any loose change, this thing will get scratches. So either you keep that pocket free for this phone only, or you get a good case for it. In comparison to the 4S, this one is slightly slimmer, but then slightly makes a hell lot of a difference in this case. The front feels slightly more flush with the side frame, if you may. Very premium. The volume button treatment is still pretty much the same, so is the finish on this. The bigger change is on this. This is the new connectivity port. You can see the difference. On this side is the nano SIM slot, the same way of opening it with the pin. You slot in the pin into the opening hole and the slot pops out. On the top is the lock unlock button, as usual with the iPhone. Overall, this phone may be taller, but it is absolutely very comfortable to use. You may use it with the same hand that is holding it, you may use it with two hands. The best part about it is the weight. It's first of all, it's lighter than the 4S. Secondly, the weight distribution is pretty much equal, so it wouldn't really like to fall on its head when you're typing with the same hand or feel disbalanced. That's the problem we've faced with a lot of phones, so Apple's done pretty well there. In my left hand is the iPhone 4S, in the right hand is the iPhone 5. Let's just run you through how the interface looks on these two phones, how the bigger display makes a difference with the iPhone 5, and the rest of those little features that you might be interested in. If you remember, I had told you earlier that the display on the iPhone 5 now is the full 16:9 aspect ratio. As you can see from this video, on the 4S there are black bars at the top and the bottom of the video. On the iPhone 5, it's completely on the display. There's no black or white bars at the top and the bottom. This is the full 16:9 aspect ratio.